Hey geeky guys and gals, this is Geeky Jace from G3 and I'm here to talk to you about a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle I had with a good friend of mine named Taryn. He's from the Pokemon group Pokemon Omega Alpha Ragnarok. And they're on Facebook, of course. Check out the description below for a link to if you're interested in the group. First off, I want to start off by saying this battle was a really fun battle that I had with him. Taryn is such a great player. He really is. He was our champion for the group for a while, and he makes me play really hard here. A lot of switches, a lot of hard switches, a couple double switches. I really had to predict and play my absolute best to beat Taryn here, but I ended up pulling it out, and it's a great battle. And I hope you guys enjoy. So let's just jump straight into it. The team that I'm using is the one from Master Builder Monday that we did. The video is going to be in the link below to that. It is Mew, Bisharp, Latias, Venusaur, Arcanine, and Keldeo, and he's bringing a team full of power to this match with Tyranitar, Greninja, everyone's love to hate Pokemon, Manectric, Trevenant, Florges, and of course the evil Gliscor. So alright, let's go ahead and get right into the battle. And this battle, I just can't say enough, was so good. And Terran's such a great player. I love him. He's such a good guy. You guys should show him some love on Facebook. But let's go ahead and get straight into the whole thing. I go ahead and lead with my Mew, and he leads with Gliscor. Now, knowing his Gliscor set, because we've played a couple times before, I know this thing wants to go ahead and set up protects and all that other stuff, and I'm not having any of that, like subs. So I go ahead and taunt him straight off the bat. He was trying to SR me, throw some Stealth Rocks up there, and that was not going to happen. So he switches in his Tyranitar, and I get my Stealth Rocks off, knowing that he's going to switch. There's no way he's going to sit there and just be setup bait. So he switches into his Tyranitar, gets up that Sandstream, gets that chip damage rolling. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, next he goes for the payback here. After I go for the knockoff, because I go for the knockoff whatever item he has on, and to get a little damage off, because there's no way I'm gonna escape. And I thought he was gonna try to pursue me, thinking I was gonna switch, but he actually was too real for me and predicts it with a payback, and I just totally get smashed by that. And the Sandstorm I thought was gonna kill me, but I survive on 7. Now I finally get to remove my reveal my fourth move on this set, which was Explosion, and I just suicide my Mew in his glory. He looks like freaking Vegeta using his final, final flash and killing himself, but he goes down in a blaze of glory, gets a little more damage off on the Tyranitar, because he wasn't going to get out of there, and he gets Stealth Rocks, because he doesn't pursuit at all, and I totally could have left, but I was so worried about that pursuit, because I knew he had a pursuit trapper, that I was like, oh man. So I throw out my, my Bisharp. He withdraws knowing that I have the low sweep on this guy. So I go ahead and go for the neutral Iron Head for whatever. So whatever comes in is taking a beating, because nothing he had on his team really wanted to eat this Iron Head. So I go ahead and fire off this Iron Head, and I get about 50% on the Gliscor. Now, the Gliscor totally wants to EQ me, and I don't like that. So I go ahead and switch here into my Venusaur to eat up the Earthquake that I know is coming. And this Earthquake does so much damage, I actually kind of cried a little bit on the inside. I was like, no, Venusaur! Because I was like, that is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But I forget that I'm also Poison's weak against Earth and Grass to get the resistance, so it's neutral. So I should have kind of expected that, but I was kind of playing like a scrub, so it happens. Now I go into my Mega here, and I'm getting ready to fire off a Synthesis, because I know he's going to Protect, because he has Protect like on every Pokemon, and I just absolutely hate it, because it's like, oh, Protect, and I'm like, whatever. So I'll use this time to go ahead and Synthesis up and heal, because I need more health, because that Earthquake did a lot of damage. Now he didn't know I had the HP Ice on this, so later that actually comes into play, but right now he's like, well, I'm going to roll out, and he throws out his Trevenant, and his Trevenant actually eats his HP Ice. It does a fairly good amount to him. And yeah, there's a fairly good amount to him. And I believe he's going to Willow with that, because he has Willow on his Trevenant. And I predicted this and switched into Vulcanine, because obviously fire Pokemon cannot be burnt. So I totally predicted this and got the Intim off on him too, so he couldn't like Horn Leech or anything like that. And yeah, he gets kind of mad. He actually sent me a message in the Facebook chat, And he was like, really? That was a nice play. I was like, I know. And he protects, of course, knowing that obviously I'm going to fire this overheat. I told you he has protect on everything. So he withdraws here thinking I'm going to be locked into overheat. And I actually go for the Willow here because I'm trying to get some damage over time on the Trevenant. And he switches into Tyranitar, which actually works out beautifully because my whole idea was I wanted to match up this Arcanine with this Tyranitar. And I wanted to take the Tyranitar down because he has Pursuit. And he can trap my Latios. And my Latios basically can wreck his entire team. So I wanted to make sure that I killed this Tyranitar. And I figured there's no better way to stick him with my defensive wall. And since he really wasn't necessary to kill any other Pokemon, it was great that this was his one job, was to take this Tyranitar down and take it on. And that's exactly what he did. And he did a beautiful job of it. And he hits every Stone Edge, by the way. This is what was impressive. I took his Wide Lens off to reduce his accuracy. And this man still hit every Stone Edge. I was so mad. I fired the Overheat here just to get some damage off, but you know, I know he's resistant with it with Rock and the Sandstorm going up, but I mean this thing does literally nothing. I was like, well, that was a waste of time. He gets the Stone Edge here. He puts me down pretty low. Now, I assumed with this burn, and this is what kind of made me mad, that I didn't realize just how bulky Tyranitar was. I assumed with this burn at that range that my E-Speed should have killed, but this E-Speed just puts him literally to he had like 1 health. I think I low rolled on it, I'm not sure. But regardless, we were gonna die. I was gonna die via Sandstorm anyway. So it was whatever. But I just want to kind of snatch the kill. I didn't want the sand or the burn to get me the kill, but it's whatever. So we both ended up going down here, and that was pretty much Arcanine's one job in this battle, was to take down the Tyranitar. He did that perfectly, opening up my Latias to basically do what it needed to as a late game sweep because it's scarfed. So I send out Vina. And he sends out Glasgow, which is too perfect, because I still know he does not know that I have the HP Ice. So as long as I can eat up whatever he throws at me, he's done. And he Earthquakes, and I was like, yes, this is about to be danger. Danger Will Robinson. So get that HP Ice, sit the Glasgow down, that ×4 weakness, and there goes Glasgow. And that was basically his wall that I was worried about too, that was going to kind of give me problems. And I took basically both my big threats. Oh, sorry. I can't talk right now. Basically, both my big threats down right there. Now this Trevenant comes out. And I'm not too worried about the Trevenant, per se. But I didn't want him doing anything, because I wanted to keep Vina around in case of emergency. So I go ahead and switch here. And I believe Trev goes for the Will-O-Wisp here. Yeah, he does. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, but he misses. And that was a pretty big miss. The Willow wouldn't have affected, you know, Latias too much. But I was like, ugh, that's kind of a pain in the butt. Now, I know he's going to switch here because he sees me use a Draco, so he thinks I'm going to get locked into it. So I actually switch here and go for the Red Ranger because I'm Scarfed, so I am locked into it. And I knew he was going to realize that and switch into Florigist. I didn't want to fire a Draco Meteor into a Florigist. That's just a waste of time. So I predict this and do the double switch, which works out beautifully here. He goes for the Protect here to go ahead and try to see what I'm going to do. I fire off my Iron Head, and it goes straight to his Protect. He's going to switch now because he doesn't want Florigist to eat this Iron Head. But whatever's coming in is going to eat this Iron Head and die, probably, because it's pretty powerful with the Life Orb. And since he does not resist this, it's pretty much death at 50% for him. So down goes Trevenant, and a Bisharp puts in all types of work, actually. Bisharp sweeps the next 4 like this Pokemon and the next 3 through some switching and stuff like that. But yeah, he basically just takes out, he's my revenge killer. He's revenge kills the crap out of everything. Now Greninja has low kick. I know he has low kick because he's a mix set, and he has low kick, U-turn, Ice Beam, and Scald, I believe. So I wanted none of that. And I know he's going for the low kick because it's 4 times effective. So there goes the low kick. So I let Latias come in here and eat that up. Now, he switches into Manectric, and I actually get kind of mad because I thought he was going to stay in there. And I go for the trick, trying to trick my Choice Scarf onto him so I can lock him into one move. So when he's the last Pokemon alive, basically, he comes out, uses a move, and I just switch based on whatever move he uses to eat it up. But he actually, I think, either predicts that or he just switched into Manectric so Greninja could survive. And I had to switch out because I was stuck with the Choice Scarf trick, and I can't trick his you know, Mega freaking item off. So I was like, man, this sucks. He actually goes ahead and Megas here and Volt switches on my switch. what do you call it, Venusaur, and he Volt Switches back into Greninja. Now, I don't know what happened here. I had like a mental... I had like a mental issue, like a mental block or something, and just totally forgot that he was faster than me. So I went for I was like, oh man, I'm going to smash him in right now, because I know he's going to go for blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to smash him with, you know, my Giga Drain. And he Ice Beams me, and I forgot that I'm at such low health, and he's so powerful that even with the Thick Fat from Mega, I still wasn't going to survive that. I don't know what I was thinking. That was my own fault. I lost that Pokemon of my own stupidity. Now, I send out Latios here, or Latios, I'm sorry, I said not Latios. Latios here, because I want Latios to smash him in with a Draco, but I know he's going to switch, so I actually went for the neutral HP Fire, because I knew Florigist was going to come in to try to eat the Draco. So I hit him with the HP Fire, and knowing that he's going to go ahead and do what I know every Florigist does, which is Wish Protect or try to Wish Pass, I actually switch back into my Bisharp, and this opens up the entire match for me, because Bisharp just goes absolutely insane. And you'll see, I predict him to Wish Pass right here, and I guess he predicts me to fire off the Iron Head and kill him, but I knew he was going to switch, so I was like, nope. So I low sweeped to get the damage off on him, right? And now he's like, well, if I switch, whatever comes in is going to die before they get the wish now. So he actually protects to get his own health up, right? I go straight into the Iron Head because I'm like, if he switches, no matter what he switches into, they're eating a neutral Iron Head. It's just how it is. That low sweep was actually for Greninja. And the Iron Head just crushes Florigist, so he doesn't get the wish to heal his Greninja up like he wants. And that was what pretty much opened this entire game up to me. His Greninja comes in, and I was like, okay, Greninja's faster, but Greninja can't eat a Sucker Punch right now. So I was like, that's cool with me. So I Sucker Punch, knowing he has no status moves, so I just basically shut this Greninja down. Greninja comes in, comes back out. Now, he knew this game was done. He knew this game was over, but he still wanted to try to play a mind game with me with his Manectric. And he even told me GG at this point. However, he decides he's going to protect, like, I'm going to, like, stop Sucker Punching. Because I know he's faster than me, so there's absolutely no way I can go for anything else. It actually gives me the Defiant boost, too, off of his Tim. There's no way that I can go for any other move, because he's faster than me. So there's no point in attacking with anything else. So I'm like, I've got 6 charges of Sucker Punch. I was like, you can keep protecting all you want. I was like, if you kill him, I still got priority in the back with Latios. So I was like, there's no way you can win. So he goes for 2 protects, hopes that I'm going to go for a different move on the 3rd one. But I'm just going to Sucker Punch him down because it's basically game right there. And I do, and I win the game. And it was such a great battle with Terran. I ended up outplaying him a couple times because I knew I made a couple good switches and choices. And I knew a couple, you know, of his Pokemon moves because we've played. So it ended up being a really good match. I give props to Terran. Terran played an amazing game. It was a lot of fun to verse him. I hope we do a couple more battles for the channel in the future. And there you have it. I just want to thank everybody who watched the video. I want to thank Terran for the great battle. His link will be for the group down in the comment section below. As for you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Or at the very least, learned something from my mistakes. Don't forget to hit that like button and show us some love. If you're feeling extra generous, go ahead and subscribe. Every subscribe you give us, remember, it gives a Pofin to a Pokemon in need. And there are a lot of Pokemon that need Pofins. So don't be that person. Go ahead and subscribe and help a less fortunate Pokemon today. I'm Geeky Jace with Geeky Guys Gaming. And remember to tell him GG.